Hello, amazing, beautiful animal communicators. Welcome to this week's live power training. I want to really follow on from the last couple of weeks where I've been talking a lot about dreaming and the impact of being really clear about your animal communication dreams. So my inbox was completely overflowing with feedback and comments and really lots of emotional messages and emotional emails around how impacted people had been around last week's live power training, in particular the one with the lessons from the racehorse. So if you haven't checked that out, it's definitely worth a watch. And I really want to bring that into this week's session as well, because there's something not only really powerful about having a clear animal communication dream, but there's something that's absolutely necessary for you to achieve that dream. And just a little sidestep for those of you that don't know me, my name is Sarah Jane LeBlanc. I'm a professional animal communicator, trainer, teacher, mentor, and coach, and I've been teaching people just like you for more than 20 years how to communicate with animals. These power trainings are usually either direct teaching content around animal communication work or how to improve your animal communication work, or sometimes it's more around the coaching that is necessary to help us really step into our unique animal communicator selves. And that's what today's training is about. It's about stepping into the understanding of dreams, not dreams as in go to sleep and have a dream, but your dream, your vision. And that's what I want to focus on here today, really carrying on from last week. So if you haven't seen last week's training, go check it out. I think it's called Messages from a Racehorse or something. If you're watching this on YouTube, I've just had a realization that it might not actually be up because I think I ended up having to do it at a different time. Yeah, I did it at a different time in the day. So Louise, my admin, my amazing assistant, would normally put that up for me. It wouldn't have been there for her. So I will get onto that, but I digress. So let's come back here. So it's about your dream, your vision of being an animal communicator. So I want to reiterate a couple of the things that I said last week, and that is very much around the truth of this scenario, which is that nobody is coming to save you. Like, it's just, there's nobody coming to save you. If you want to be an animal communicator, you have to take action to make that happen. And any area of your life, if you have a dream or a vision or a desire to do or be something, nobody's going to come and wave a magic wand, abracadabra, ka-ching, and there you have it. It just doesn't work like that. So if you are waiting for that perfect moment, that perfect person, that perfect whatever, likelihood is it's not really going to happen. So I want you to really hold on to that responsibility, because that's what it is. It's about being responsible for yourself, being responsible for your dreams, being responsible for achieving your dreams, because nobody else is going to do that for you. They just can't. They just can't. It's not possible. And as I said last week, these are your dreams. That's why sometimes people around about you just don't get them. They don't understand your vision. They don't understand your passion because it's not theirs. And as I said last week, that was what you were born with. You were born with that. That's your seed. That's your seed in the depth of your belly that can grow and be ignited every time you think about your dream, every time you desire to have your whole dream, or even just a small part of your dream. You ignite that seed in the very, very core of your belly, and you ignite it and it grows. And that's what last week was all about. So I want you to hold on to that kind of framework and context for today. But today, what I really want to share with you is what happens when we write our dreams down. Something really powerful happens when we write our dreams down. We commit them to paper, and not only does that send out a very clear message energetically, spiritually, and all those other ways, but it also helps the part of our brain that's visual. And if you're listening and saying, Sarah Jane, I'm not visual, I don't see an image, it's not about that kind of visualization. It's about the part of the brain when it sees something, when it actually sees it written down in words. Or if you're arty, you might draw your vision out as a picture. It might be a pictorial representation. But what you have is something visual, whether it's words, pictures, or a mixture of both. You have a visual representation of what your biggest dream and desire is. And when you do that, your brain hooks onto that, and once it sees it, it knows where it's going. And that's why it's so much more powerful to commit your dream to paper than to just think it. If you just think it, it stays a thought. When you take that thought and put it down onto paper, it becomes something quite else. It becomes something very different. And then you've got that energetic connection behind it that drives it. And then you've got all the, and if you're not woo woo, this might be a little bit too woo woo for you, but we do know fact, it's now recognized that once we start to put energy behind something, that then it starts to, what I call, line your ducks up. So all the ducks start to line up in a row. But the only way that happens is to create the dream, the vision of where you're going to, so you know where you're going to. I can't remember, I think it's Sal Leo's quote. I'm not quite sure, but if you don't know where you're going to, you're never going to get there. So that's the quote. If you don't know where you're going, you're never going to get there. So when you have your dream of being an animal communicator, commit that to paper somewhere, whether it's a picture or words, and then that's you knowing where you want to get to. And once you know where you want to get to, that's when everything starts to line up behind it. And when you keep that open mind, to being and becoming that dream, that's when you start to see things around you start to align with that. So you might suddenly get a phone call from somebody, or read a book, or come across somebody that's talking about the very thing that you've been thinking about or you want to learn more about. That's you being guided to where you're meant to be and who you're meant to be doing that part of your journey with. I'm a big believer in that. So there's something magical that happens when we have that visual representation of your dream. So I really wanted to share that with you today. That's the key piece for today. Get it written down, write it down somewhere, or draw it. So, and look at it every day. Don't just draw it, write it out and put it away in a drawer. Look at it every day, be reminded, be re-inspired, re-engage with it. And every time you do that, you will feel your energy lift. When your energy lifts, you are changing your energetic vibration. When you change and elevate your energetic vibration, that's when everything starts to line up for you. So that's my key teaching for today. And if you want to do more of this dream work, vision work, and really getting clear on your big vision for you as an animal communicator, whether you're a complete beginner and you just want to get off the starting block, or whether you're kind of seasoned and want to take your work to the next level, be professional, or maybe you're already professional and you want to be professional at an even higher level. If you want to do more of that work, just type yes in the comments below, because I've been toying with an idea of running a class. I normally do inside my program, in my paid programs, but I'm thinking I might bring the class outside of my program and do some future animal communication, do a workshop around your future animal communication self, where you actually get to meet your future animal communicator self, and your future animal communicator self can guide you in the here and now to help you get to where you want to get to. So if that interests you, if that floats your boat and sparks some interest, then just type yes in the comments below, and if there's enough interest, I will absolutely make that happen. And it's only come about because of the flood of messages and emails that I got in response to last week's video and the newsletter that went out with that video in it as well. And people have really just taken a whole different view to them and their dreams of becoming an animal communicator. So if I can help you shift your dream one step closer towards reality, then that would be my absolute privilege. So if you're up for that, just type yes below and I will make that happen for you. I will be your magic animal communicator fairy. So until next time, happy communicating and keep being your amazing, beautiful self.